There comes a moment in every life when the mind, long entangled in a web of constant thought and worry, suddenly finds itself adrift in a vast and mysterious calm. Imagine for a moment the world around you fading into shadow and swirling light, forms and colors that flicker like the afterglow of a dream. All at once, the usual chatter of your mind grows silent. The weighty burdens you've carried, those anxieties and restless doubts, begin to dissolve, as if swept away by an unseen current. In this enigmatic space, a sense of profound awakening emerges, both startling and serene. The journey to this moment is seldom straightforward. It begins in the ordinary, among the familiar rhythms and routines of daily life. You might be sitting quietly in your room, the gentle hum of the world drifting through an open window, or walking alone beneath towering trees whose branches sway in harmony with the wind. The mind, accustomed to racing from one thought to the next, suddenly pauses. That pause, at first, feels unnatural, a break in the constant stream of consciousness. You notice your breath, slow and deep, and the beating of your heart, steady and reassuring. As you sink further into this space, the boundaries between self and world begin to blur. The air seems charged with invisible energy, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Shadows lengthen and shift, and every surface gleams with a subtle, otherworldly glow. It is as though you have stepped into a realm where reality and imagination intertwine, a place where the spiritual and the material coexist. You sense then that something profound is unfolding. Thoughts that once crowded your mind, worries about the future, regrets about the past, drift away like mist. The mind, unburdened, becomes spacious and clear. In this clarity, a deep stillness arises. It is not the emptiness of absence, but the fullness of presence, a luminous silence that holds all things within it. The experience is at once mysterious and unmistakable. You feel yourself drawn inward, as if guided by an unseen hand. Memories flash before you, moments of joy, sorrow, confusion, and hope. Each one appears not as a source of pain, but as a stepping stone on the path to this awakening. Patterns of thought and emotion that once defined you are revealed in their impermanence. They are like shadows cast by flickering candlelight, real, yet insubstantial. As you contemplate this, a sense of awe rises. You realize that the mind itself is a vast and wondrous landscape, filled with hidden chambers and secret passageways. For years, you wandered through these halls, searching for meaning, clutching at certainty. Now, standing at the threshold of the unknown, you see that true freedom lies not in grasping, but in letting go. With each breath, the mystical energy of this moment grows stronger. You are enveloped in a shimmering aura, a radiance that seems to emanate from the very core of your being. The world outside fades into a distant hush, and all that remains is the gentle rhythm of awareness. In this state, you perceive the interconnectedness of all things. The boundaries that once separated you from the world dissolve, and you feel yourself expanding, merging with the flow of existence. It is here in this sacred space that the experience of enlightenment unfolds. The word enlightenment often conjures images of distant sages and lofty mountains, but in truth, it is a quiet revelation, a sudden recognition of the boundless nature of mind. You understand in a flash of insight that the worries and fears that haunted you were never permanent. They were passing clouds, obscuring the radiant sky within. Now, free from those clouds, you bask in the warmth of inner peace. The heart opens, and a sense of compassion arises, a gentle, unconditional love for yourself, for others, for the world. The mystical light that fills this space is not only beautiful, but transformative. It reveals the hidden depths of your spirit and the limitless potential that lies within. As you dwell in this state, ordinary perceptions shift and expand. Colors seem more vivid, sounds more resonant. You notice the subtle interplay of light and in shadow, the dance of energy in every moment. The world becomes alive with mystery and meaning, and you feel a deep sense of gratitude for the gift of awareness. This awakening is not a destination, but a doorway, a passage into a new way of being. The mind, once restless and anxious, now rests in a state of open curiosity. You are no longer bound by the need to control or understand everything. Instead, you embrace the unknown, trusting in the wisdom of your own heart. Every experience, every sensation becomes an opportunity for insight. You find joy in simple things, the feel of sunlight on your skin, the sound of bird song, the taste of cool water. Each moment is imbued with a sense of wonder, as if seen for the very first time. The spiritual energy that flows through you is both grounding and uplifting, connecting you to the deeper rhythms of life. In this space, the mystical and the mundane merge. You sense the presence of something greater than yourself, a vast intelligence, a cosmic mystery. The mind, once confined by the limitations of thought, now opens to infinite possibility. You realize that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of its unfolding story. This is the essence of spiritual awakening, a moment when the mind breaks free from the grip of anxiety and enters into a state of profound peace and clarity. It is a rare and precious gift, one that transforms your relationship to yourself and the world. You understand, at last, that true liberation comes not from changing the external circumstances of your life, but from awakening to the infinite potential within. As this realization settles, you feel a gentle sense of closure. The mystical energy that once surged through you now flows quietly, like a stream returning to its source. You emerge from the experience with a new sense of purpose and direction. The worries and fears that once held you captive now appear small and insignificant, mere ripples on the surface of a vast and tranquil ocean. You carry this wisdom with you, not as a burden, but as a beacon, a guiding light in times of darkness. Whenever anxiety threatens to return, you remember the stillness at the heart of your being. You return again and again to the moment of awakening, drawing strength and inspiration from the depths of your own spirit. In the end, the experience of enlightenment is not just a solitary event, but an ongoing journey, a dance between the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen. It is a reminder that, beneath the surface of everyday life, there exists a realm of mystery and magic waiting to be discovered. And in that discovery, you find not only peace, but the courage to live with openness, compassion, and joy. This, then, is the story of awakening, a mystical journey from anxiety to clarity, from confusion to wisdom. It is a tale as old as time, yet forever new. And it begins, always, in the mysterious moment when the mind lets go and the spirit awakens to the boundless beauty within.